Our long-awaited, incredible capital class Corvette, the Polaris, is finally here. I believe it is the first real capital class combat ship in the game. In my book, it is the first real taste of a capital class ship in general. I know we have others like the 890 Jump, Reclaimer and Karak, which are for sure considered capital class ships and of capital class size, but I use it in its original military term. The capital class is of military origin and a fleet-leading ship. So back to Polaris. It is a truly gigantic ship, with not just the incredibly powerful torpedoes, but also turret armament placed all around it, while having a fighter hangar and a lot of cargo space, so even some snobs can be stored on this behemoth. It is a ship you might want to avoid as a solo player, but an organization and a dedicated group can use it to take down the biggest and meanest of ships, like the Idris. And even that might not be as simple as it appears. Even with all the torpedoes the Polaris has, Idris can survive and needs to be finished off. Right now, it is an excellent time to test this ship, as the third mission in the Save Stanton mission chain is active. And in this third chain mission, you need to take down over 20 targets, one of which is the Idris. It does seem like a nice ship for your organization to meet up or meet near, preparing for some activity and grouping your parties. Perhaps if we ever get the Apex Predator Valakar, these torps might have another real target to go after. This might even make the fight rather simple. Even if the torpedoes should have no lock-on option, firing them straight from a mile away might not be that hard, as it is a pretty big target. Equally, these torpedoes can be dangerous for the ground targets, preparing to fire them on bases and dedicated bombing targets. This could be just as effective as using an in-game bombing ship. While the torpedoes are dangerous, they are also big and slow. This means there is a pretty good chance, even for a turret gunner, to actually take them down. While of course the point defense cannons, which are meant for countering missiles and torpedoes, are another new thing we need to consider. The Polaris itself won't be on sale for in-game money for around next 6 months. It is on sale for your hard-earned dollars right now, but that is a rather steep price. I could imagine a group of friends someday creating an organization and pooling their money for this ship or something similar. Yet there is nothing new happening. The ships in concept being already rather pricey, and the costs going even higher with the release periods coming closer. For in-game money, the AUEC, this will likely be the most expensive ship we have, while the 890 Jump costs over 65 million. This might hit 80 to 100 million mark. A very expensive ship. That is when we look at this from a single player's perspective. But when an organization could use a ship like this, they start organizing their fleet and they start pulling money together for one or the other ship, suddenly it might not be that hard to get. Because why would you want this ship if you're going to play alone? Sure, perhaps in the future an NPC crew, but I could imagine that only as PvE focused. It is awesome when you can have a crew for it and create a proper fight with it. Even if there is rather little real challenging content available for the ship at the moment, still there are options, as it does have a lot of cargo space and can be used for most non-specialized content. Or you can be Mr. Moneybags while doing box delivery missions in a ship like this. The first of its kind, a real true presence which has potential as long as there are players to man its weapons. Do not be too eager to get this ship, as there is a custom to balance these ships after they have been released and they tend to be too powerful. Of course there are exceptions, and this is a capital class ship which is meant to be powerful, and it did get some weapons upgrade over this past year. Hate it or love it, the big ships are coming. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.